There is absolutely no purpose in practicing meditation, in listening to the knowledge, if you're not practicing it in everyday life. You're irritated at somebody else, someone else was rude to you, and now you take it out on the person who can't respond, who can say nothing to you. I once interviewed this young man from UP for my book, and he was talking to me about how he could not control his anger. Every day at work, he would have a long commute going into work. It was stressful. His boss would make him feel miserable all day, saying things to him that were just not complimentary, not good. And what would he come? His wife would come with a cup of tea. And because it was lukewarm, he would take the tea and throw it against the wall. He says once when his wife was pregnant, he caught hold of her and shook her. And she fainted. And he says that was the awakening for him. He got so scared that he had hurt his own child, that he could not control his own anger. And that's when he started going and looking for answers, looking for reasons to be. You notice everywhere in the world, people are so angry. People are so irritated. Nobody has a little bit of patience to wait. They want everything just now. And when things are not done according to what they want, they get terribly upset. How dare you say that to me? I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want to hang up the phone. I'm not going to speak to you anymore. How dare you say that to me? The offense is so instant. On whose behalf are you getting offended? On whose behalf are you angry? On whose behalf are you hurting the people you love the most? Violence is not just in action. There is violence in the spoken word. There is violence in thought. It begins, ahimsa begins with the way you think. How gently you think, how kind you are to others, how kind you are to yourself. Stop being offended. Nobody is out to get you. Somebody says something. So what? So what? If the wolf howls, does the moon care? Should the moon care? Should the moon stop shining? Should the moon stop doing what it always does? And nobody will shout back to someone bigger than them. You look in the forest. A tiger tries to attack a bison, but when the whole herd comes attacking, it runs away. They stop showing their nasty self in the face because they know they can't win. But with a group of gazelles, the tiger is all powerful because he knows he can get away with it. He knows he can win. And in the other meditation group, the lady was saying, you always talk about women. I want you to talk about men. I don't think about just women when I do my talks, because what applies to a woman applies to a man as well. There is no difference. Whenever there is anger, whenever there are bitter words, it is one person trying to control the other. One person trying to feel better by making the other feel small. That's all it is. In our house, we call it crushing. Somebody does something wrong and you crush them completely. Nothing left. Line after line after line, and one person joins in, the other person joins in, and the whole group, it's a group crush. And we're all aware of it. We are all perfectly aware that this is happening. In retrospect, in the moment, we lose ourselves completely in the identity of anger, objection. I don't like what you're saying. I don't like what you're doing. And we forget that everybody, this entire world, they just want that moment of kindness, that moment of compassion, that moment of love. We make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But when we make that mistake, we may say something in anger. It is on the other person to calm that anger, not inflame it, not make it worse. Is my calm more powerful than your anger? There was a story that we heard in Art of Living where apparently somebody came with a knife to attack Shri. And he said, give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, and then after that you can hurt me. But in that 2 minutes, he was able to convince him that it was worthless trying to hurt the other person, trying to use violence. And apparently that person became a teacher of Art of Living. There are many stories like this. There are many stories. People are just unconscious in that moment when they crush, when they shout, when they scream. They are not themselves. They are lost in the thought, how dare you tell me this? I do so much. I do so much for you. I'm always falling at your feet. You have the guts to tell me this. Who does what to whom? Nobody has the right to yell and scream. In the workplace, it's even worse, right? People say all kinds of things in the workplace. And you cannot take any of that personally. It has to come and go through you back where it came from, into consciousness. I am hollow, I am empty, there is nothing in me. Let it all come, let it all go. I'll not be affected by this. You can scream and shout as much as you want. That's on you. The minute I scream back, the karma has flipped. Completely flipped. Now it's on me. So if you're trying to get that last word in, you are not the winner. You are not the winner. You lose. It is much better to just smile and turn away. You say what you want. After 5 minutes, the anger will subside. You'll get back to normal, and then you'll realize that I should not have said this. Don't fill your lives with I should not have, I could not have, should not have happened. Why? Why? There's no need for that. Life is very short. It can end just now. What is the last thing you're going to remember? If it ends in the next 5 minutes, what is my last memory? I always love what Ellen DeGeneres says at the end of a show: be kind to one another. Be kind to one another. It's a nice thing to see. It's a nice thing to remember. Don't be angry. Don't be annoyed. Nobody is out to get you. Everybody is just trying to find their own way in this world. Trying to find meaning in this life. And beyond it all, the money, the fame, the success, all of that, the most important thing is they're trying to find that sense of I am. Who am I? The sense of I-ness. That's all. That peace, the tranquility, the happiness, that's their search. That is the eternal search. And when it doesn't happen, the frustration is too much. The exhaustion is too much. It requires a realized soul to be calm in the face of anger. And when two people are equally fighting, it's like putting cotton into a fire. There's flames. There's flames. There's too much anger in this world. We need to become beacons of hope, beacons of love, beacons of peace. We need to be aware of the words that we are sharing, not just in these 20 minutes, but all through the day. The tone of our voice. Not always are you aware that you're sounding irritated or frustrated or angry. But if you have a compassionate partner who points it out to you, not by screaming at you, but by just gently telling you, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Calm down. I think the worst thing that a partner can tell you is to chill. As soon as he tells you to chill, you're like, I'm chill. What are you trying to tell me? I'm chill.
That's true.
That ability to reach the other space and just douse those fires that are burning. Because just understand that you're fighting on behalf of nothing. On whose behalf are you saying all these things? Is it this body? Is it this mind? Where are you feeling the insult? Whenever someone raises their voice, it's coming from another space. They are tired, they're exhausted, they haven't eaten. Someone has given them a hard day. That's where they're coming from. It's okay. It's okay. It's only words. It's only words. But you be mindful. You be mindful. Because those words will be remembered for a long time. And especially if the words are calming and loving, you remember those words forever. Om Namah Shivaya.